All right, so we're going to look at some expressions. An expression is different from an equation because it doesn't have an equal sign, which tells us that we're not trying to solve for anything because we can't, because it doesn't have an equal sign. So all we know is that we're simplifying that, and when it says simplify, we're pretty much just combining our like terms. So if we look through here, we've got 3x plus 5y plus 8x minus 7. So I'm looking for anything that has just an x with it. So we have an 8x. I'm going to go ahead and underline those. And I'm going to go ahead and add them. So 3x plus 8x is 11x. Then I'm going to cross them off once I write them so I don't use them again. 5y, nothing else up here has a y, so I'm just going to drop it down. Cross it off. And then I've got 7, and I want to notice that there's a negative in front of it. So that negative needs to stay with it. This is like plus a negative 7. So it needs to come down as minus 7 and cross it off. So everything on the top is crossed off. I can't combine any of these things. So this is my simplified answer. 11x plus 5y minus 7. 2x minus 8. So one of the things people tend to do quite frequently is think that they have to be able to simplify something. So 2x can only be combined with something else that has just x. So 1x, 5x, negative 100x. Negative 8 doesn't have an x with it. So there's nothing that I can do with this. So if I gave this to you and I said simplify it, then you would say, okay, I guess I'll simplify it. And that's it. Because not everything can be further simplified, and that's an important thing to remember. Don't force something that you can't do. All right. Another example here, we've got quite a few different things going on. So I'm going to take a look at my first term here, 3x squared. So for like terms, I'm looking for only things that have x squareds, or x to the second power. So I'm going to go ahead and underline my 3x squared. 6x, there is no exponent of squared here, so this can't be combined with that 3x squared. Minus 8x, same thing, no exponent there. And 6x squared, or 6x to the second, that one is a like term, so that one I'm going to go ahead and underline. And then I have plus 6. 6 has no variable or exponents with it, so this is just a constant. It can only be combined with constants. So I'm going to go ahead and combine 3x squared and 6x squared. Remember, we're only adding the coefficient. So if I have 3 of something and then I have 6 of something and I put them together, I have 9 of that something. And that something in this case is 9x squareds. Cross them off because you've used them. Next up, 6x. So I'm looking for anything else with an x. This 8x, don't forget it's a negative 8x. That one has an x as well with no different exponent or anything weird like that. Over here we've got this plus 6. We're not going to do anything with that because it has no x. So 6x minus 8x is a negative 2x. Cross it off because 6 minus 8 is negative 2. So negative 2x. And then I've got this plus 6 hanging out. Can't be combined with anything. I just need to drop it down. Anything you can't combine, anything you don't use, even if you have to take another step to simplify again because you forgot something, if you don't use something, drop it down to the next line so you don't end up losing it. So that is my most simplified expression. Okay, so finally, this is one you're going to see moving forward. You're going to see stuff like this a little bit more frequently than the other types because the other ones were just a whole bunch of different terms. So 4x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 8. So if I want to combine anything with 4x squared or 4x to the second, I need it to have an x and an exponent of 2. No exponent here, no exponent here, no x here. So 4x squared, I'm just going to drop it down because I can't combine it with anything. Here I've got 2x plus 5x. Those two are like terms. So that's going to be plus 7x. And then the last little bit, 8, just that constant hanging out by itself. Just going to add that to the end, plus 8. And that is my final simplified expression. So hopefully that helps you understand simplifying expressions by combining like terms.